So Chris Richardson is trying again. Hopefully we can get this working. Dude,
it worked.
He's working. You look awesome. How you doing?
Yes.
Dude, your beard looks epic.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm listening to it. I'm listening to it through the stream, so I'm very, very confused.
Nice. How are you?
Good. My sister I saw earlier trying to get on and chat with you. She was having difficulty too.
Oh,
that's Dark Angel.
Yes, yeah. I didn't know. I mean, what a fantastic family you have.
We like our VR for sure.
Yeah, what got you into VR?
The Summer of Rift.
Okay.
I've always kind of loved the idea of VR. I played back when those virtuosity centers were a thing, and you could go and play Dactyl Nightmare in malls.
Yeah, cool.
But when it got down to a price that the Summer of Rift made it like reasonable, like $400, $500, you can get $1,000 PC. I was like, all right, I'm in. And I've spent so much since on so many different headsets.
I mean, there could be worse habits, you know?
There could. There
could be far worse habits.
Yeah. But, things like this.
Oh!
I didn't buy it. My friend bought it. He loaned it to me.
Oh, nice. And what's his experience of it and your experience of the Pro?
It's so far very, not worth the price, but a damn nice upgrade. That's been my take on it. Like the guy before said, the controllers are really nice. I played Beat Saber and immediately started beating scores.
I was going to ask about that, and because I've always kind of struggled to get whatever the highest difficulty is. But there was people saying that suddenly, because I didn't think tracking was an issue, but obviously it might be because people are performing so much better. And I'm assuming it's that little bit of lag where your hands go down and then come back up. That now that tracking's so good that maybe, you're hitting in blocks a lot easier.
I have no doubt that there's been some, predictive stuff going on in the Quest 2's tracking that fudge factor enters into it.
Yeah.
And maybe they've tuned that out with these having their own tracking sensors so that they're just that much more accurate and that much more neat. But I definitely love the feel of it. I haven't had enough time to play around with it, unfortunately. Had things come up, Have
you tried Red Matter 2 yet?
No, I haven't. I didn't finish Red Matter 1 and felt like I needed to do that before I played the sequel.
If you get a chance, just do it from a technical standpoint.
Okay.
Just try it. From a technical, it's pretty incredible, to be honest.
Nice. Have you played Daimyo with it?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think of the AR view?
I love it. I love it. I just didn't like the colors. Obviously, sometimes because I think how it works is you have the normal tracking like you do on the Quest, but then they put a color overlay from the camera on, and it's some colors just don't look right. I think personally, but even though I loved Pico 4 for things like interacting with my real world, when it comes to interacting with games, I think the Pro's amazing. What about you?
Well, I'm a big board gamer, and seeing what they've done with Daimyo, dude, this is the future of board games.
Dude.
Eliminating the setup time, that's such a huge thing. Being able to play with someone remotely and you can reach down and grab the pieces. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is the very early days. I also have a Tilt 5, and they don't have Daimyo on that platform. They need Daimyo on that platform. But this whole AR mixed reality thing is going to change board gaming completely.
Yeah, yeah. And I think because one thing I noticed about Demio is you genuinely do drop your dice and it knows where you've dropped it because you see walls, your floor, obviously. And when that happens, your brain's like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yep, without a doubt.
Have you, someone in the chat just said, apparently hand tracking's coming to Demio as well.
I heard. I've heard little birds have whispered things, but like, there are NDAs, so they can't say much.
Yeah. Dude, I think that'd be so sick. Like, that would be amazing.
Yep, without a doubt. Like when your hands can get in there, start manipulating virtual items, and just the concept of being able to set up a scenario, like, at the push of a button versus digging through all your miniatures and putting everything out there. Heck, I want to see mixed reality board gaming where like you have a real miniature that you're putting in a virtual environment and that gets interactive,
Oh, shit. Okay. So your miniature would have like, I guess, a QR code, for example. So you could better play it and stuff, yeah?
There have been games that have done this. The guys who created BattleTech, the FASA guys, they made a game called Golem Arcana that was up on Kickstarter years ago. It had a wand that you would touch the miniature, you can touch the board, and it would figure out all the math for, the terrain type and all that kind of stuff. And they had an AR version that they were teasing if they got to a certain certain level on the Kickstarter, they'd make that available. Of course, they didn't make that level, and the game's now, gone. But like I picked it up, and it's fabulous. It's a great idea, and it's germinating there. Do you remember the Eye of Judgment on the PlayStation?
On PSVR, or is it just
no.
PS3? PS camera, wasn't it? With the book?
Yeah, it used the PlayStation Eye.
Yes.
And you put the cards under it and it would bring the card to life and you can move the cards on. Dude, where is our update to the Eye of Judgment?
Where is it? They also had, I don't know if you ever used the 3DS, but the 3DS had AR cards as well.
Yep. I've got it. It was always like a side thing that they toyed with. It was like, hey, here's something that is a possibility that never actually came to be. Yeah. But I'm definitely wishing that to be the real case. Let's do this stuff. Let's get it going.
Can you see the comments in this live stream at the moment?
Yeah, they keep flashing up over the thing.
Cool. That's right. So you can see how people think you're really cool. Sweet enough.
Well, thank you. Actually, I haven't been reading them. I've been letting them go by, and it fades out, and then it pops back up. But I think everybody in the community is really cool. I used to get on with Anthony every time I could, and we'd rant about things, and it was, what a wonderful group of people covering this stuff. You GT, I have an issue with you. You're way too good at games, and you make them look easy. And I go play the damn thing, and it's like, oh my Lord, this thing's super hard. You just waltzed through this like it was nothing.
Recently, a game that I'm very excited to play that they won't give me access to because they reckon I'll make it look too easy.
Yeah.
I was like, no, dude, I can't believe it. I just want to say thank you to Bluebell for the donation. He says thank you for all your hard work and thank you ever so much to everyone being in the chat. This is such a cool feature. Talking to people in the community it's kind of like a bit of a dream of mine, like it always feels very one way. As now, I think I might get a bit addicted to this feature,
Well, it's awesome to be able to finally chat with you. You've been, a leader and an icon in the industry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What was I going to say? So if there's like one, we talked about PSVR 2, haven't we? Did we talk about whether you're going to get it?
PSVR 2. I have a PSVR 5 still in the box sitting in my back house, and I'm mulling over PSVR 2 because it's just. I don't know that there's the potential for those awesome games to come out on it that you need to play. And PlayStation certainly has the way of making it, but like I looked at that list of stuff that they have available right now, and it's like nothing in that list is pushing me over the edge.
Right. Yeah. So what
So,
sort of game would you think would do that for you?
if they did, what was that game called? I'm a giant mech fan. And there's this one PlayStation game where you controlled the mech and you could control its individual arms and its individual legs, and you were a little human, but you'd fly around.
Oh, God.
And of course, on the spot, my brain is frozen. I can't think of the name. But if they ever made that, for sure. It's the same guys who did those giant bug games, like the real budget titles that are like huge bugs are invading the city and you're running around.
Man, I can't think. There's like 5, 6 versions of that game as well.
Yeah.
What it is. It's like over the top. It's an over the top shooter.
Yeah, without a doubt, completely.
No, so he's talking about a flat game, guys. He's talking about a flat game.
Robot Alchemic Drive. That's the name of the game, and it's before that was a higher budget game before they went to the cheapo, like let's just throw a bunch of insects at them and let them blast their way. Robot Alchemic Drive is the name of the game. And it's basically Gigantor, the game. You're a person who can fly up to the robot's shoulder and then control the robot from the shoulder's point of view. Your point of view is that of the person. Make that in VR. I'm done. I'll buy whatever system is necessary to get that game.
I kind of imagine like a Pacific Rim in VR where you and someone online had to physically work together to power a big mech.
Well, there is a B-17 VR game. I heard Microprose is back, and they're making a VR B-17 game.
Wow.
And that is, next to controlling the Millennium Falcon and being able to jump into the different positions, the B-17 is like my next dream game. So that's something to watch out for. It.
Do you remember when Microprose used to get the keyboard overlays?
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
Dude, that was so insane.
Decoder wheels, all the copy protection schemes that they'd have.
Yeah, for sure. If there's like one game that you want everyone to play in VR, what would it be?
One game everyone should play. Honestly, I'd say it's Rec Room because it's so like it's there, it's free, and there's so much in there. It's like I honestly don't play Rec Room much anymore, but like when it first came out, it was like this is just amazing.
Yeah.
The amount of content that's in that thing. And, when I bought the Go, I bought many Goes and would give them to people just to get them into VR. And I would put them in Henry. Henry was that first, app that would just start, you don't have to look just forward, look behind you, look up or look down, and that gave people that sense of you are there. This whole thing, this VR thing reinvigorated my interest in gaming. Because I'm older, my eyes are going bad, my hand-eye coordination, obviously I'm not as good as the GT, but like when it's my hand in there and I can actually peek my head around the corner on that, 16-bit screen, it's like that just blows me away. It still has that wow factor.
It really does. It really does. It did the same for me, to be honest. Video games were a really big part of my life. I had like a bit of a bad upbringing in some ways, and video games were just always there, to just like escape reality almost. And just and I really like the art of games as well. I used to always like draw Sonic or draw Street Fighter characters. And then I think it was around the time of GTA 3, which I think was the first GTA that went from the top-down view to the 3D kind of view on PS2. It was after that I kind of got a little bit. I didn't really feel the excitement, that and VR literally just did that. It amazed me, and it clearly amazes so many other people exactly the same way, like it has you.
Yep. Although I'm deathly afraid of spiders. And there's so many dungeon crawlers will put a giant spider there in your midst. And I'm like, so I'm trying to work my way through that.
We were talking about the uses of eye tracking, and it'd be kind of cool if a developer put in, say, the top 4 scariest things, and whatever you looked at the most is what they figured out you were scared of the most.
Don't give them those kinds of ideas, GT. What are you trying to do? Kill me? No. Horrible idea. That's the worst idea I've heard thus far for using eye tracking.
Amazing. I think it's an amazing idea.
Evil. You're the evil one. Cass and Cherry are fine. You are the one.
Dude, they are together. They are evil. Oh, okay, man. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. But thank you ever so much for joining.
It's been a blast. Have a good day, sir.
You too. Take care of yourself. Stay safe.
Yep.
Thank you. Oh man.